Alrighty, news is ready to come out the door. Should be out any second now. This is Doc from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So let's see what they come up with next. It should be entertaining. Let's see. There is a little concern, I guess, on the news. It's mild. It depends on how the number comes out. How it will affect the markets here. Let's just throw the intraday. Okay, here you go. The news came out and the stock market is down. So they've put a little chill into the old market here. All right. Let's see if we can show you over here. Let's see, which way do we go? We go to right there. You can see the stock market has dived down. Now let's see how long it lasts. And this was first quarter employment costs index. Dow was down about 10 points. Now it's down 130 points. I mean, just a quarter percentage point. Nothing major. Nothing major. Major is like 3 or 4 or 5%, something like that. 7%. That's major. Not a quarter or half or 1%. I mean, it's just that's noise, background noise. As you can see there, the stock market is, pressured. You can see this is intraday trading, and you can see, the math went into the sell here, and did it get in? It got into a buy there for one trade, and then boom, back down again. Made back whatever it lost, and then it made all this. So you can see right here, it's still in the sell, and right here is still in the sell. So the pressure's on. Let's see, here you go. The very short term of the intraday has turned up, and we'll just watch that. More than likely, it'll bounce up to the manifold. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the Bollinger Band there. And we'll see. It probably hit the Bollinger Band or something like that, bang against it, and then stall out. It's stalled out in the middle line between the two. What else do we got to say about any of that? Let's take a look at the euro. See how the euro is acting. Cable's being sold down a little bit. Same thing with the euro. It slid into the buy yesterday, and now it's sliding back into the sell again. And again, traders, we always remind you the weekly sell. It's staying in a weekly sell, so you don't really want to play these bounces. You just don't want to be hurt by them. That's all it comes down to. Slowing economic growth. Let's see. Third quarter was 4.9. Fourth quarter was 3.4. And now first quarter is, for the first reading, that is 1.6. Dow's down about 165 points. What else can we say about all that noise? Not much, really. Okay. First quarter employment cost index came out at 1.2, and they were looking for 1. So 0.2% more has put pressure on the stock market. So employment costs keep on rising, which is obviously inflationary. When earnings and so forth are not rising, or sales are not rising, that's what the problem is. Now, I can say the 10-year bond, which was up about 2 bips, is up 5 bips. It's gone from a yield of around 4.62 to a yield of 4.64. Let's see how it looks on. Let's look at the 30-year bond here. Over here. Okay, yeah, see it turned down. It's in the buy. Went into the buy yesterday. Tried it on Friday. Wasn't doing too good a job. Again, we're in weekly sell, so all you're trying to do is defend against the pop, not try to ride the pop, because the overall trend is down, 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 down. Ooh, let's get the chat line up. I've been looking at the news and not paying attention to the chat line. Let's get that chat line up and see what's going on there. News, news, news. Snooze, snooze, snooze. And there is, going through the commercials, but it looks like the chat line says, okay, let's go like that. Close that off. I see Robin. Good morning, Robin. It's just it's interesting. There's Janos. Doc, can you show your weekly and daily signals on AMD, Amazon, and Tesla? Sure. And CVX. No problem. No problem. Let's go over to the Open Sesame. And I think it's right up in here, isn't it? I think I got two different folders for that. So let's see. I think the Amazon is on a different folder. So that's right. We'll open that one up next. Let's see if we can give you AMD and Tesla. That for sure is there. There's the Tesla options thing. Here is the Tesla. It was playing with the weekly buy yesterday. You see it's still flirting with it right there. In a daily buy. See, is that right there? That's the 29th. There's the 30th. Yeah. Yeah, so there looks like they opened it down a little bit, but trying to lift it back up. But there's your weekly. It went into the weekly buy last week. And you can see they jacked it up. It was a nice big pop on Monday from the weekly buy. Let's see. The next one was General Motors. Cool. Oh, good morning. First thing I thought was General Motors, GM. Okay, so that's the Tesla. Let's see what AMD looks like on here. There's Microsoft. Did you ask for it? No, you didn't ask for Microsoft. Where's the AMD? There's AMD. AMD is still in that weekly sell from back up around the $180 area and has drifted down to the 140-ish area, 143, 44. It went into a daily buy right here. Let's grab that daily. Let's steal that daily buy right there. Went into the daily buy right there. But we're in the weekly sell, so it's having a problem. It's going from basically the where did it close there? It closed at the 151.74 area, basically 152, and we're at 162. So it's going up almost $10 in the daily buy, but we're still in that weekly sell. So all you want to do is defend yourself. You don't want to try to ride it up at the moment, or. If you're averaging in and trying to build a portfolio on these things, wait for it to get back to a weekly buy, and then you buy your little slice of whatever percentage you do. That's two of them down. Let's go to the next one. Let's see if we have CVX in there. Chevron. They in their business is basically dino juice, isn't it? Yes, dinosaur juice. And Chevron has been in the buy since the 157-ish area right there. Yep. And it ran to the 163 area, almost 164. Backed off a little bit. We went into a sell somewhere around in here. Let's steal one of these cells. I think it went into a sell there, and it went back into a buy there, and then went back into a sell. All that herky-jerky action tells you something's going on. Went into the sell there, and we're in a buy, so you just defend against the weakness, and sure enough it got down about $7, and now you can try to ride the upside of it. So move that over to there. It's been in the buy since right there, and remember, traders, we are in a weekly buy, so you can ride it. And so it's gone from the 160 area to the 167 area. So that's the Chevron. Let's see, what did we get there? The only one we have to do now is Amazon. Let's see if we can find Amazon. Open Sesame. Right there. Because that's part of my list on the spreadsheet every night. And the Amazon says, here it comes. Here it comes. There's Amazon. Amazon is going into its third week of a sell. And they had that little punch down and went into the buy right there off of that in the minus. So you defended against this move up. It's been in a buy for 3 days there now. But we're still in that weekly sell. So we get into a daily sell, and this could be another slide on the downside. And there is the Amazon. I am writing down. So Tesla is weekly buy. Yeah. Yep. Daily buy. Yep. Amazon. So that's what the four are doing at the moment. Let's see now. Let me see. So Amazon. So what about that decline in Tesla this morning? Let's go back to it. Right there. Right there. Looks like the buyers are trying to buy it, that's for sure. You can see the daily is feeling pressure, but nothing major, and it's still 0.24 in the buy from Friday. See the picture there? See the picture. See the... Ooh. Let's see. Yes, it is. It's an opportunity to add position. Now remember, you're under a tougher situation. You can't sell calls against stuff. That's really a drag. When you can't, imagine you can't drive a car without insurance, but somehow they let you invest without insurance. It seems like a very disappointing thing to me. And that's like, that's the major part of investing, is being able to insure your equity. And they don't like to talk about it that way. It seems very odd to me. So what could be end of the week target for Surge? Naked options only or CFD with leverage? Well, wait a minute. You can... Wait a minute. What can't you do? I'm confused on that. Do that again. Which... Naked options, what can you do? Buy them, or you can't sell them, right? You can buy them. And or CFD with leverage in Europe. What's CFD? We cannot sell options with... let me just click on that so it's blocked by the heart. Okay, we cannot sell options. We can only buy puts and calls. You can't sell options against stock? So you only can buy options. What's a CFD? Change for... It's like a physical thing, right? Well, obviously, if they had done it on the weekly buy signal last Friday, it would have been already done and over with the trade. The contract for difference. So it's based off of a delta? Is that what it is? Let me look up what a CFD is in Europe. Let me just see what that is. CFD. Contract for differences. Overview examples. Let's see. What is a CFD in trading? Let's see. First of all, it says here, CFDs are available for a range of underlying assets such as shares, commodities, and foreign exchanges. A CFD involves two trades. The first trade creates... All right. It stops right there. It doesn't tell me more. CFD stands for Contract for Difference, a type of derivative product that you can use to speculate on the future direction of a market price. When trading via CFD, you don't take ownership of the underlying asset, which means you can take advantage of rising and falling market by going long or short. Okay. Sounds like you could literally sell a CFD and buy a call. Let's see. How profitable are CFD? These people write these things. They don't understand these things. Who cares about how profitable they are? Is CFD trading good for beginners? Is CFD real or fake? Why is CFD banned in the U.S.? Let's see why the Americans ban it. I imagine it's a futures contract, it sounds like. CFDs are illegal in the U.S. because they are an over-the-counter OTC trading product. Can't list it on regulated exchanges like the New York Exchange, bypassing U.S. regulatory bodies. Have alternatives such as Forex options and stocks. Bypassing... Now, how is it like an option or a stock? Sounds like a futures contract to me. Why is a CFD banned in the U.S.? Where is a CFTC? Is CFTC gambling? Why is CFD trading so hard? Is CFD a gamble? God, they don't. These are a bunch of illiterates that write these things. None of these things don't talk about. Is buying car insurance a gamble? Is buying health insurance a gamble? Is buying property or rental insurance a gamble? Is buying house insurance a gamble? How about that? Why don't we start advertising that way, you know? Again, if you'd have bought it when it went into the weekly buy, you'd be already out of the trade. Do you understand what I mean by that? It went into the buy on Friday. On Friday, it went into the weekly buy. It was in a daily buy for 3 days ahead of that. You should have been long on Friday when it closed in a weekly buy. That's the answer to it. So in other words, you want to buy it again? I would wait for it to go into a daily sell, then buy it when it goes back into a daily buy. I like to jump into the trades at the beginning. Okay, so in other words, not momentum. I'm not a big momentum trader. That's if you bought them here, you're betting that the momentum that has already occurred is going to occur again. You understand what I'm saying? Doc, so what about those texts are written by copywriters that don't care? They're ignorant. I wouldn't call them they don't care. They're ignorant. So the way is that one monitors weekly buys that are in daily buys, not daily sells. As soon as it pops into the daily buy, you go long. Yes, you can do that again. Exactly. Yes. So you're saying basically, because it's been in a daily buy for 6 days now, when it goes into a daily sell and then comes back and closes in a daily buy, that's when you consider buying the 220s or 225s again. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. I agree with that. Yep. So that's the answer to that. Now CFDs, I think sound like are CFDs futures. Let me Google that. It sounds like they're futures contracts. That's what they sound like, future contracts. Although CFDs allow investors to trade the price movement of a futures, they are not future contracts by themselves. CFDs do not have expiration dates. Okay. And can contain preset prices but trade like other securities. What's the preset price? What do you mean preset prices? CFDs do not preset prices. Let's see what that should be. Somebody should be writing that one. What is a preset price? Copy. Let's paste that in there. Let's see what that says. Dates contains preset prices, but trade. See, CFDs do not have expiration dates, so they're a live contract forever. It's like other securities with buy and sell prices. What do you mean buy and sell prices? CFDs trade over the counter through a network. What is a preset price? What is a preset price in CFD? Contract for differences. Okay. Contract for difference. CFD definition uses and examples. Okay, good. Here we go. Let's see what this says. A contract for difference of CFD is an arrangement made in financial derivatives trade where the difference in the settlement between the opening and closing trade prices are cash settled. Aha, okay. There is no delivery of a physical goods or securities with CFDs. Contracts for difference. So did they give you a premium? Are you buying a premium when you buy a CFD? Let's ask that question. Is it like an option? CFD, does it have premium? Compare Autodesk CFD Premium and CFD Ultimate. Okay, Autodesk CFD is available in 2 levels. Compare Autodesk CFD Premium and CFD Ultimate. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at that. Autodesk CFD Premium provides complex solving the fluid flow thermal simulation. What? Autodesk Ultimate CFD Ultimate provides the advanced solid body motion simulation edition. Sounds like fluid dynamics. What the hell are they talking about here? When you buy a CFD, Janos, are you buying, what do they here, let's get some experienced person like yourself. You know what a CFD is, right? Okay, in other words, you talked about it there. Tell me, look up, you can see them, right? So if you can see them, look at Tesla's CFD right now and what price is it traded at. Let's do that. All right. Let's try this live. All right. I see a ton of people taking longs in Tesla last week on Thursday and Friday. I missed it all due of being off. Doc, do not look it up. Okay. Your viewers usually just need the direction. Doc, so what? Okay. So look at Tesla CFD right now and give me the price of it. Right. So we have Amazon in weekly sell, daily buy, right? One has to wait for, right? Yeah, exactly. Let me go back to Amazon. Yeah, give me a price for a CFD on Tesla right now. And is it in dollar terms or is it in euro terms? So give me a quote in the stock of Tesla, and give me a quote in the CFD in Tesla. Find those 2 things and we'll understand what a CFD is. And I guess you set the date, like 1 day, 5 days, 100 days. Is that true? You set the date? Can you hear me? I can't hear me. Oh, now I hear me. Yeah, there it goes. It stopped spinning. Okay. So, or you want to look at Amazon, we can look at Amazon. But just give me the price of either one of them, the stock, and the price for the CFD. Maybe the CFD could be an over-the-counter, a not listed, it says it's not listed. So it could be an over-the-counter option. It's surprising that Amsterdam lets it get away with it, because the Amsterdam used to be a great options exchange, and London had a great option exchange. So I'm a little surprised if they're not able to gobble up all that business anymore. And when it says set the price and the date, it sounds like an option to me, not a futures contract. But no one, looking it up doesn't help any. But so let's get a grip on this CFD thing, because maybe that's the way you're allowed to sell calls. You set a strike price, you set a premium, you take it off of the American options. You can do that easily. You look at the American options of how they trade, say, a Tesla, and then what you do is you make that the market you're trading. In other words, that's the price. That's how you figure out the price. You don't have to have any sophisticated software to do that. You just look at the live price of the options out of the United States. We'll wait for your reaction. We will go back and see what the stock market is doing as we speak. Stock market has come back halfway from the sell-off. So I guess they're getting over the issues of worrying about employment costs. I guess what that really tells us is that the chances of a rate cut was quoted at 57% in September, and it probably just dropped. And I don't want to take the time to look and see. We'll find out later on where that's at. And I'm going to go throw the Amazon back up on the screen for you. So, let me just double check the Amazon again. Amazon, right there. There's the Amazon. So it's in a daily buy for 3 days. Today's the third day. And no, it's not even showing today's trade yet. Now let's just double check. I think Tesla was, though. Tesla was showing today. Yep. So Amazon, let's see what it's listed as. And Amazon, in Amazon's case, you're trying to play the downside. If it goes into a daily sell, you want to sell it. You want to be short it because it's in a weekly sell. So let's see if we can get a quote on where it's at now on the pre-market. Go like that. Go like pre and post. There we are. Still not giving us a quote. That seems odd to me, but oh well. Hard to believe Amazon's not got a quote going. Something so active like that. Let me just look it up. Amazon. I got Amazon trading up 99 cents at the moment at 181. So it's still in a buy before the market. We'll see how it goes on after the market. Yeah, so Giannis, if you can hunt down those prices, that'll be great. If not today, we'll try it tomorrow. All right, let's go back to the, and if you want to see anything else out of those, you want to see the CVX again and so forth, we can put those charts back up on the screen for you so you can look at it. Let's go back to the dollar index. Well, there's the bonds. The bonds are still down. And let's go to the dollar index. I imagine it's trying to rise. Yes, it's trying to rise. Rise and shine and bring on your glory, glory. It's in a daily buy. I think there was a green dot there yesterday that kept it into the daily buy. And still in the daily buy. So it's still trying to lift with red dots and above the histogram. And it's in the weekly buy right there. See, on the weekly buy for 7 weeks now. All right. From there, let's go back over to the currencies, unless someone wants to see something here. Right there. There it is. And so you can see the weakness in the euro is because, obviously, interest rates have risen again. And they're pushing it back into the sell as we speak here. And we're in the weekly sell anyway, so that's the natural tendency is to drive in that direction. In other words, that's going to be got a call. Okay, if you can find me a price of Tesla, and then give me a price of the CFD in Tesla. Now it said in the instructions that you set the date and the price. It sounds like an options to me. Wait, here, we'll go back to Amazon. Here you go. Here's Amazon. Amazon, you're waiting for a daily sell. We're in a daily buy for 3 days, but we're in a weekly sell for the last 2 weeks. We're going into a third week, so you wait for the daily sell. I don't think it is. You can't set a date and a price in a futures contract. You just can't do that. So I think, get me a quote in Tesla CFD. And then at the same time, Tesla. It's a rolling futures contract. So you're okay. So next month or 6 months from now, I get it. So you're not setting a price. You're only setting the expiration of it. So they wrote it up wrong when I Googled it. I have a hard time believing you can't do buy rights. You should check. I cannot believe you can't own the stock and sell a call against it. If they're going to let you buy naked calls, well, then why can't you do a covered call? The cheaper. Is car insurance a gamble? Is health insurance a gamble? Are they all gambles? I mean, I'm confused. If the country doesn't recognize those as gambles, then they shouldn't look at options as a gamble. How about if you choose not to have health insurance? That's the gamble. Not owning it is the gamble. All right. From there, we'll go over to the cable. And so, you see that, Janos? We're in daily buys. So what you want to do is wait until it goes back into a daily sell to try to trade the downside. Like there. See, it was in a daily buy. And it goes into it. In this case here, it's even more beautiful. It goes into the weekly sell with the daily sell. And that's the way to catch it. Let's go check out cable. Oh, there's cable. Okay, so cable has moved down a little bit. Still in the buy though. Cable seems very strong. We've been seeing the. So you're saying they're futures contracts over the counter. That's all. All right, that makes sense. All right, now from there you can see cable, British pound against the dollar, holding firm even with it down today, and it has been acting very firm. Let's go over and take a look at the Swiss. Swiss jumped into the sell yesterday in that weekly buy, and we thought maybe this is the beginning of something, but obviously not. And so we're still watching, and obviously it's not a very large range. I don't really think you want to try to trade the Swiss for like thinking that you're going to get a big pop. Maybe this will do it. I don't know, but at this point, I would like to see the fast algorithm join in with the slow one to be above the manifold and in a daily buy. Now it's trying to climb into that daily buy. This may be the next step. Okay, here we go. So I am talking about Tesla. Let me just push the button here. I'm talking about Tesla still. Okay, so let's go back to Tesla then. Correct. The move is over. It happened. Let's see. That's not it. Tesla. Right there. Yes, the move has happened, and now we wait to find another move. I'm not a big momentum fan. And as long as it's very much on the edge too at the same time. Look at it. It's at 0.24 when it comes to the weekly. Won't it extend? If you could sell calls, then you could buy Tesla right now. That's why I care about you being able to do a covered right. If you can't sell calls, it's not worth it. In other words, I wouldn't mind buying Tesla stock here if I could sell a call against it. But if I can't sell a call against it, it's not worth it. All you're doing basically is reducing your delta in Tesla by selling a call. You're talking about a product that can swing, $5, $6, $7, $8 at any given time. So there's no reason to be naked after a great move already. It goes into the daily buy at the 140-ish area. Here we're trading now at the almost the $200 area. So I mean, it's $60. How much more momentum are you trying to get out of it? You see what I'm saying? I'm not. That's a momentum play. If you think, okay, I'll buy the stock here, and it's already gone $60 in the buy signal, and I'm thinking that it might go $80 or $100 in the buy signal. Well, it's not. It hasn't really back and filled much, so you don't want to, try to go long in it unless you can sell call against it, or even two calls against it and buy a call on the top and turn it into a butterfly. Some shorted it yesterday. Well, I guess it was a good move because it's down and trying to work its way up. So it obviously, it's trading. It settled yesterday at where is it at? It settled yesterday at 94.05, and right now it's trading at 89.62. So it's it's down $4.50. If you wanted to do that, you might as well just buy a put. It's a lot safer and cheaper to buy a put instead, since you're allowed to buy puts and calls. If you think you want to play short when we're in a weekly buy and a daily buy, I don't do that. But that's for every trader to decide on their own. My math says don't play that way. It says basically at this point, wait for the next opportunity to get in again. One opportunity has already come and gone. Markets don't like to go straight up in any fashion. I can't seem to figure anything out at the execution level for almost a year now. What do you mean execution level? You're having hard times getting into a position and getting out of a position? Is that what you mean? Getting macroeconomics right, but not the trades like that, because you can't use the options. That's the problem. Like that friend economist you talked about. Oh yeah, he was an economist. He was a market technician, Charlie Kirkpatrick. He was like president of the Market Technicians Association globally, or America, for off and on for decades. And he could do technically right, but he couldn't execute order. He couldn't build positions right. That was the problem. Yeah. Well, you need to have. You don't want to jump on momentum. In other words, just because something went up $60 doesn't mean it's going to go up another $60. So momentum trading is more of an intraday thing than it is a daily thing. And I guess everybody sees what Nevada did, okay? And so they think, oh my goodness, momentum is where it's at. All these stocks will do what Nevada did. Nevada is a chip manufacturer to a chip that's very important for AI and blockchain technology. So that's why AMD lifted with it. And Micron did well with it because they both manufacture the same way. But, that's one out of thousands of companies. So... Well, in and out is the discipline to in and out is to know what got you into the trade to get you out of the trade. So in other words, if you're looking on an economic level, you know how that is. It changes, by the day. So in other words, you want to buy if you like a Tesla, or you like a Nevada or something, you buy the stock. And you're like, you use a technical analysis like ours. Or you use the one like the Manhattan indicator that I invented for Ducascopy. Okay? And what you do is then you buy the product, and when it gets near a weekly sell or a daily sell, you sell a call against your long. All right? So that starts to make it easier for you to hold on to a position and at the same time work with the decay of the options simultaneously. Also, if the stock has a dividend, you're collecting the dividend and the decaying premium of the option. You have to think in that form, okay? So if you don't think in that form, it's hard to hold a position. Because what happens is it swings around down 15 or 20%, and sometimes, people get nervous and get out. But if you're able to sell call against your long stock, and you go into a weekly sell, you can go and take that premium from the call and buy a put. Now you've got yourself totally protected. You're totally insured. All right? You're like 97% insured. And you can deal with the 3% because options will decay and there'll be times where it's going up again and you're in a buy and you sell a call against it, or you don't, you're nude and long and it goes up, and then you sell a call when it goes into a daily sell, and you make that premium. It pays back that 3%. The trick to it all is having a solid trading system. That's how you straighten it out. I used to tell Charlie that. You're drifting around. You're thinking too much on the short term. You're thinking too much on deep, long. You're making, here, let me describe it best. You're making short-term decisions on long-term information. So you end up buying calls or buying puts, and they last for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and then like 2 months later the stock ends up where you thought it was going. So you're thinking on the long term, but only investing in the short term. Let's see. Okay, so let's go. All right, let me see what you're saying. You're saying show me one that's making a move that has just moved. Okay, so let's go find one that's just moved. Well, let's go look at your. Didn't CVX have something going on? Let's go see if CVX. Where's that CVX? There's CVX. We'll see. CVX is in the daily and weekly. Okay, so that's not one. Amazon. Amazon's the one to watch right now. Amazon's the one to play on the downside. So I would say Amazon's a perfect example of one to play. Here's Amazon right here. You're in a weekly buy. I'm sorry, you're in a daily buy and a weekly sell right there, okay? So if this thing goes into a daily sell, you take the short. That's the answer. Is that today? Yeah. You know, I was thinking about something because you have a habit of asking about that. And I thought about this last night. I'm serious. I was seriously thinking about it last night. Looking at the percentage, my math seems to be a little better than 8.5. It's like 8.6 out of 10, right? Okay. Now, I was thinking, go and look at companies that are having earnings, right? Like you said, like Amazon tonight. And look to see how many times. I think I have a ratio. It looked like to me, just from memory, I didn't investigate it, but it looks like to me, just from my memory, that the system is right like 8 out of 10 times, right? So if you buy, say, a $2 option, call or put, and it's in a buy. And you buy like a $200 option, and and 8 out of 10 times you're going to make money on it. That's what I was thinking. You're going to make enough money to easily compensate for the $200 loss. Remember, the most you'll lose is $200. So I was thinking about that because you have a habit of asking that question. And are you paying attention? I mean, have you been writing it down? How many times the math is right versus wrong when it comes to earnings and big news? Right. So in other words, like tonight, Amazon right now has us in a mixed position. See it up on the screen? It's got us in a daily buy, and they're not even giving me, I don't understand what's going on here, but they're not giving me a quote yet out of it. Let me see if we can get a quote out of it. I'm surprised we're not getting a quote. Still not giving me a quote. Maybe it's where I'm taking it from. Let's see, pre-market. Let's just do the pre-market one. Still not giving me a quote. Let me reload it, see what happens. Still not giving me a quote. And I know it's $1 higher right now in the market. Let's see. Amazon will, after the bell. So bloody puts on Amazon if it gives it a sell signal. Correct. Exactly. But both AMD and Amazon have no clear signal now. Let's go back and look at... Wait a minute. No. Right. Amazon doesn't for sure. Was AMD that way? I wasn't paying attention that much. Let's go to AMD again and look. There's AMD. AMD's in a daily buy and a weekly sell. Right. Exactly. So if AMD goes into a daily sell, take the sell. You can see the very first one was barely a profit right there. The second one was definitely a good profit. So let's get rid of it right there. That was it right there. And over a 3 or 4 day, over a 3 day period, it became a very good trade. So let's see what the next one does. That's the way I look at it and see. I pay attention to them that way. So let's see, Yano says at 182 it is now. Amazon? Yeah, I have Amazon at a little while ago. I was looking at it was at 181. Yeah, now I have it trading at 182.03 with a 182 bid. It's up $1.04. Yeah, so it's acting like it wants to move up, not down. So there's no clear signal on that. Well, this will be interesting. But I think, Janos, you should start collecting. When you ask me, write them down. Let's see how many win and how many lose. Because literally that could be a fun trading thing. I mean, I would say 8 out of 10 times the math is right on the news. Your earnings or whatever news is coming out. When they're announcing that there's news coming out, the math is usually right about 8 out of 10 times. So if you set a specific amount, let's say a quarter or even half of what it could be. In other words, you spend $300 or $200 on an option, just one option. You might get yourself, something like 8 wins out of 10. So you lose $400 and you make $1,600. I think you should start have a sheet of paper and start writing that down. I really think that would be a very interesting thing. I'm going to start paying attention to it myself because it sounds like a fun play. All right. Yeah, cool. Let's do that. It's well worth, paying attention to. I thought about that last night. I was thinking about how you always ask. I think I saw, what was it? Apple earnings came out. Was it Apple earnings or is Apple earnings coming out? And I think who came out last week? Somebody big came out. Was it Google? Google was screaming to buy it, and then something came out. Was it Microsoft? Came out. I want to say, was it in a sell from it? Yeah, exactly. Very easy to do. Exactly. A notebook. Exactly. Well worth it. I mean, I thought to myself, geez, just play those plays. All right. Let's see, where are we at now? Might as well, let's just do this. Let's go see where, we know what the South Africa, the idea was that Amazon could announce a dividend and it would go up. This is true. But then it would be in the math to begin with. 8 out of 10 times it's going to be in the math. Now here's the Turkish lira breaking down and playing with the weekly sell, just to show you that. And then let's go over to South Africa and we'll take a look at the metals because the market's almost. It's we're only like 9 minutes into 10 minutes away from the market. Let's see now. And so what is that? That's South African Rand. It's popping up a little bit there. It's in the weekly sell for the second week now, and gold has been firm and silver has. Oh, we switched the contracts in copper. Here's copper now. Copper is playing with its sell as South African Rand is lifting up. let's see. Here's the second one. I said Amazon could announce this. Let's see. Second idea was that the Musk pop news are just the start of a new trend up. It's possible, but if you can't sell calls against it and buy puts to protect it, then you don't want to be long the stock. You want that thing has the ability to go 20, move 10% in a day. So you don't need to take that type of risk. There's no reason for it. That's why options exist. Here's silver in a sell for 3 days and still moving down. This is the July contract, and we have the South African rand rising, and then gold is flirting also the same way today. Gold is flirting with a sell, and the rand is trying to turn back up again, and you can see the weekly is getting very close too. We're seeing the metals complex start to feel that pressure. Let me just close this out. There we are. So you can see the stock market tried to bounce back again. It's going to be very hard for them to sell the stock market down. The money knows they want to be invested. Money knows that they need to be invested, and so it makes it very hard for them to want to sell, because it goes right up there with, and we could actually we could make today's title literally what we talked about here, and that is that investing with a long-term how do I say it? Investing trading, that's what it is. It's trading. Trading with long-term ideas. Trading. Let's try it this way. It's too long. Trading long-term ideas. So basically, trade long-term with long-term ideas. Long-term trading. No, trading with long-term ideas. Wrong. Let's say and wrong tools. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Look, I'm sending it over now. Check this out. And that's really what it comes down to. Trading with long-term ideas and analysis. Matter of fact, we should probably call it analysis. Trading with long-term analysis and wrong tools. The wrong way. How about the wrong way? Trading with long-term analysis. Trading with long-term analysis, and then put a comma, short term. How's that? Check this one out. This might be even better. Trading with long-term analysis, short term. I think that's what it comes down to. I think that's the title. Well, there are analysts out there that actually say they think Tesla, because of the AI and the self-driving cars and all that stuff, could be $1,000 stock. They actually say that. There's some analysts out there that are not idiots, and they actually say that stuff. So, how's that? Does that sound all right, that analysis? All right. We're going to get out of here. Today was a day of trying to understand how to benefit from the technology, that I show you every day. So, all right, traders, we're out of here. This is Doc from North America. We will see. Can you show SPY one moment? Oh, no problem at all. Here's SPY. There is SPY. It's holding up. it's playing with the daily sell, but it's in a weekly sell. So again, we're waiting for the weekly to turn, or it's going to get sold down, one or the other at this point. I have a hard time believing that money is willing to sell this market. I mean, I think they'll adjust. In other words, they'll rotate. They'll rotate out of stuff they've made a lot of money in, and then they'll rotate. Try to take profits. That I do believe. But when it comes to shrinking their portfolio risk, I don't think that's a position. I don't see that. Let's see. Yeah, can you? There it is, right there. It's already showing it. It's at 509.04, so it's already showing you the push on the downside there. It's already there, and the same thing on the beta. Where's the beta? I think the beta is reflecting it too, same way. There's the beta. Let me just show you the beta. Beta's doing the same exact thing right there. It's in that weekly sell and it's in that daily buy. And it's trying to lift up. At the moment, it's actually showing it. Is that right? Is that? So that is yesterday. Oh, they're not showing the action yet in this. No, the beta won't show it for another 2 or 3 minutes, like 4 minutes. They'll start to show you. They don't turn it on until the trading day starts. So, employment cost index. Yep, it was up 1.2. So, all right, traders, we're out of here. This is Doc from North America. We'll try to work on this tomorrow, same time, same channel. So, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders.